Hey there guys, so as you may or may not know by now, Comedy Central has officially announced that they will be continuing their consistently less relevant roast series by announcing that the next person to be on the receiving end of over-the-top insult jokes will be Justin Bieber.
You would think that we'd be overjoyed at this.
Yeah.
And while it might garner a few laughs, we're kind of just wondering what the fucking point of this is.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Bieber's whole life is a joke by this point, and he's already the world's go-to punching bag as he goes further and further and further off the deep end, hopefully in the direction of irrelevance.
Yeah, but let's explain why this is stupid. So hear us out.
So roasts originated as the antithesis of toasts.
You see what they did there?
Yeah, that's good. They would honor someone, usually a person of esteem with a long and successful career behind them, by gathering friends and colleagues to tell good-natured jokes at their expense.
Yeah, it used to be seen as a great honor to earn a roast, and the person on the receiving end would know that each joke, criticism, insult, or whatever was actually just in good fun as a way to celebrate them as a person and celebrate their career.
So most famous of all were the Friars Club roast, which started way back in 1949. They coined the motto, "We only roast the ones we love." The Friars Club consisted of entertainment royalty, including members like Bob Hope, George Burns, Humphrey Bogart, Dean Martin, Sid Caesar, Elizabeth Taylor, Johnny Carson, and so on and so on and so on. Basically every big name in comedy or entertainment that mattered back in the day.
Yeah, even the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner features a roast of not only the President of the United States, but many others in the political spectrum.
Yeah, so when the hell did this turn from being an honorable thing to just shitting on people who haven't earned it and are basically low-hanging fruit for comedians to tear into?
Yeah, exactly. Well, back in 1998, Comedy Central started producing and televising the annual roasts for the previously mentioned Friars Club thanks to a 5-year agreement with the network.
The first people to be roasted on the televised version were Drew Carey, Jerry Stiller, Rob Reiner, Hugh Hefner, and Chevy Chase. All members of the Friars Club and all people who, whether you want to argue it or not, earned the honor of being roasted by their peers.
Exactly. The agreement between the Friars Club and Comedy Central was only for 5 years though, and after it expired, Comedy Central started producing roasts of their own, probably banking on the confusion that what their viewers would now be seeing was still in some way related to the Friars Club.
Yeah, it's one of them roasts. I like those roasts.
Yeah.
One of the potential reasons that they had to go off on their own was the final roast that they produced for the Friars Club, which was the infamous roast of Chevy Chase. If you don't know about this, buckle up.
Yeah. Now, Chevy Chase, as lovable as he was in his roles throughout the past couple of decades in films like Fletch, Three Amigos, and National Lampoon's Vacation series, has had a bit of a checkered past with many comedians and coworkers claiming that he's a bit of an asshole. Not just a bit, he's a fucking asshole.
Bill Murray punched him in the face once. So anyway, he was roasted by his peers at the Friars Club back in 1990, and as was tradition, it was harsh, but all in good fun, and he reportedly left happy. But he certainly didn't deserve what happened to him when he went back again in 2002.
Yeah, so in 2002, Comedy Central offered him $100,000 to appear again, and he said he would donate that money to charity and appear, because he obviously wasn't too fazed by the one 12 years prior.
Yeah, it'd be fun, cool. Yeah. But then it began, and under Comedy Central's watch, Chevy walked out onto the stage only to realize that instead of finding his friends there to have a good time at his expense, he found, quote, various basic cable personalities and B-list comics who proceeded to take to the microphone to completely trash him.
Yeah, quoting an article from Entertainment Weekly, total strangers telling him that his movies were crap, his talk show was a comedy abortion, he had never been funny, total strangers giggling about his addiction to drugs, there was no warmth in their comments, no real affection.
After it was all over, he stared dead into the camera looking like a broken man and said, "That hurt."
But remember, he was a dick. To a lot of people. So maybe he had it coming. But that's where it all started to go downhill with this whole Comedy Central roast.
Yeah, it turned into a show that basically would parade pop culture icons up during brief upswings in their careers, but still with plenty of fodder for abuse. Talking about people like Pamela Anderson, Flavor Flav, Larry the Cable Guy, Donald Trump, and Charlie Sheen.
Tiger blood, baby. Hey, none of these people really deserve praise or to be honored in the way that people have been in the past. It was an honorable thing, damn it.
Yeah, so that brings us to the latest to walk in front of the target, Justin Bieber, who we can only assume took on the guest of honor role in order to reinvigorate his consistently diminishing relevance and to prove that he can take a joke.
Yeah, I can take a joke, guys, come on. But the problem is, he is a joke. His musical career aside, the past few years have not been kind to Bieber, or I guess we should say Bieber has not been kind to the past few years.
Yeah, so last year alone, he egged his neighbor's house.
Cops raided his house and found a bag of Molly that his friend took the fall for.
He was pulled over after drag racing in a Lamborghini and was arrested for DUI and operating a motor vehicle with an expired driver's license and resisting arrest.
People started to passionately fight and petition to have him deported to Canada.
He was charged with assault on a limo driver in Toronto.
A police report was filed by the pilot of a private jet saying he wouldn't stop smoking weed on a flight forcing the staff to wear oxygen masks to avoid getting a contact high.
He was accused of attempted robbery in Los Angeles.
Videos surfaced of Bieber telling racist jokes and adding the N-word to some song lyrics.
Clever. Then he got in a fight with Orlando Bloom over, like, chicks or something.
Yeah, and then he was also charged with assault and dangerous driving after getting in an accident while driving an ATV.
Bravo. So now a bunch of comedians are gonna take all of that, and also, of course, his most recent attempt at maintaining some sort of fame and relevance when he was photographed and then photoshopped to appear in Calvin Klein ads.
Yeah, they literally gave him bigger muscles and made his cock larger in a computer program. So they're gonna take all of that and craft it into jokes that will probably be little more than actually going up to the mic and reading headlines.
I would love it if it was just
just a police report. Hello, I'm just gonna go up here and read his rap sheet.
It's actually just the way they're tricking him into showing up for his court date.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've been served.
Anyway, the whole thing's gonna be done under the guise of, hey, watch this, we're gonna destroy Justin Bieber. Don't you wanna watch us rip apart something that you hate?
Yeah, exactly. But the truth of the matter is, Justin Bieber rips himself apart. He doesn't need help from anyone else. All this is gonna do is make him look better to the world. Hey, Justin knows he's a fucking joke. Look, he let all these people say bad things about it and took it like a champ.
What a guy. It's pretty obvious that he's gonna use this as a way to clean the slate for the last few years of fuck-ups. He's gonna acknowledge publicly and move on, and whenever it's brought up, we could say, oh, he paid the price. He got paid to pay the price by letting comedians make fun of him on TV.
Yeah, and for the most part on these roasts, the jokes end with, you know, we're all having fun here, making fun of this person in the chair, but actually we love you and we honor your career and we look up to you, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what roasts used to be about, honoring someone that was your colleague or your friend or someone that you cared about.
I honestly can't think of how they're gonna end their like vitriolic rants in this scenario. I don't picture a comedian ending their bit by saying, nah, Justin, it's all good. I look up to you and I honor your art.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And I mean, let's face it, he was a teen heartthrob that has worn out his welcome and only seems to maintain his spot in the public eye by either constantly fucking up and getting away with it, or by companies using his image to manufacture controversy. It's the only thing that's keeping him in the national conversation.
And now Comedy Central has done just that by roasting him. They're giving him the publicity that he wants and the ability to walk away the bigger man.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we can't say what it will consist of, to be honest. We're all just gonna have to wait with bated breath until it airs in late March.
It's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, at least they got Hannibal Buress tied to it. So that could be funny. I always like everything
I'll watch
he does.
it for the awkwardness, and Hannibal's great. If you want to see a great roast, look up Norm Macdonald doing his roast segment of Bob Saget.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Because he realizes how stupid it is by that point, and he just makes anti-comedy, and it's golden.
He didn't want to like insult his friend, Bob Saget, so he found a joke in he found a joke book that his dad had given him as a teenager. It was like roast jokes for like corporate retirements.
Yeah.
They're all super lame and tame. It's fucking gold.
Yeah, so watch that. And I guess we'll all just wait and see. And this is all just a manufactured PR stunt for Bieber to look good. That's our problem with it.
Oh, we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
No, you're
he
not.
got himself.
You gave him money.
End of story.